Fire does all sorts of strange things. You know, it brings it's brought impacts upon me that I never thought, help that I never expected.
Everything's changed since the fire, I think.
You know, the last fire that was in between here and Margate was 67 bushfire, and we see how devastating that was, and how we can put the small pattern burns in that will put brakes in everywhere to stop that from going any further. And not all the Aboriginal ways will work today, but some of them will.
Yeah. I remember the 67 bushfires. I reckon we had probably 40 people sleeping at our house that night because of people who'd lost homes and, you know, communities. Well, they were doing it back then. They were supporting each other then, and yeah, they still do it today, which is it's definitely a trait of the Huon Valley.
In 67 bushfires, the men from the town came up, the bank clerks came up, shut up shop, and came up and helped them up on the front line with them, helping them fight the fires. And there was that attitude of you help everybody else, and you help yourself, but you help everybody else. And yes, that resilience still exists.
If it looks like it's coming over that hill, don't think you've got more time. You won't have more time, because I know what it's like. Because with fires, people think, you always think you've got more time, and next thing is a fireball on top of you, you know.
When that fire front comes through, the noise is so loud that you couldn't hear me speak. If I were yelling from here, from me to you, you wouldn't hear, right? And you can't see.
You can't breathe.
You can't breathe, right? So it's black. It's black as the ace of spades, and that's before. This is just normal fire. That's before the fire front actually hits. So you can't. It's black. It's as black as night. So people who live on those rural fringes on the edge of the bush in the Huon, if they've moved there and they don't understand that, then they either want to have a really good plan and good insurance policy, and then have a plan to get out.
Everything's going to go from Castleforth to Dover. We're going to lose everything. That was the advice we had.
We were watching the smoke get closer and closer.
I know a lot of people with asthma and everything. They just fled the valley for a few weeks.
Very heavy smoke, and that was, it felt difficult to breathe.
The smoke and the alert of it all, it puts you on edge.
The police car come down, the officer come up and he said, you look like you're very defendable here. So I said, yeah, I think we're right. But I'll tell you what, I was out in butterflies. I've been in combat situations in Vietnam and that, and it was the same thing.
Yeah, we had a police car go up the road and tell us, no, you're fine, we're not worried about you. 5 minutes later, they came speeding down the road and told us to get out. Yeah, it was scary.
And when the days with the ash came in and it was quite dark outside all the time, that just put everyone further on edge. It was just how close is it?
And I spent the night waking up every hour and in the dark looking to see if you could see, sparks of embers, and it was always on my mind. And then the day, pumping up water and watering everything down. So 2 weeks of that was sheer exhaustion. It took a long time physically and emotionally to feel just normal again.
But I didn't get to see my family for a week because I wasn't allowed back down. I came down twice to come and see them, and they either told me to turn around and go, or it was just too busy to get around.
I didn't have the physical or mental health to stay and fight a fire and be in the way of professional people who might be so trying to save it. Ron and Lynn know how much I've put into it over the last 4 years. Yeah. I just couldn't face the possibility of seeing it go in front of me.
It can't go. It can't go. This house is not meant to go in a fire.
It's going to come in hard northerly. The fire's going to hit us within half an hour. It's already blowing 50 kilometres an hour in Norfolk. I'm thinking, this is nerve-wracking, The northerly was going to carry the fire from behind Castleforth Bay straight on top of us. There's no doubt about that. And the only thing that was going to save us was the sea breeze. And the sea breeze actually prevailed.
But we were ready to flee for a month, and it was ridiculous. And towards the end of it, we go, "Oh, I'm bored with this. I'm so bored with this."
So because the people in town here, their businesses have suffered so much, they're just knuckling down and keeping on going, basically, knowing that things will change in the future.
It brought lots of interactions from departments. It brought lots of interactions from all sorts of avenues that I didn't expect. And being I suppose, a recluse, I found it all rather stressful.
But mostly people were fantastic, and every time you went down to the centre of the town or any other town, not that we could really move that freely, which was a bit of a problem, but everybody's, "Hi, how you going? How you going? You're fine, are you okay? Can I do anything to help?"
You know, everybody bands together. Like, it's been, you know, the support that people are getting, you know, in that area, and you know how everybody bands together, and not just people that have been here forever, it's the new people that have come in as well. It's just that sort of community.
I mean, I lost lots of stuff, lots of things, and it's, I don't know, yeah, I can think of what was, but it's like, it's no good thinking really about what was, because it's not there anymore, you know, and it's a past that's lots of stuff I can't replace, you know, and as much as I want all my little shrubberies back and stuff, well, they're going to take time to grow. And the hard part for me is knowing that they won't actually come back in the time that I've got left. So I lost, things that people had made. Well, some of those people aren't alive anymore, and okay, I might have lost a handmade knife, but it's the knife, it's the memories that knife also possessed, that using that knife each day would remind me of, and that's the hard part, is like sometimes it's kind of like, it's almost like being forced to let go of some memories. The animals, I'm still waiting on them to return. The impact, it's hard. A couple of days after the fire, like walking up the creeks out here, and it's just the smell of death. Where the wallabies and the wombats, and they've just gone for refuge in the creek, and they've just been burnt. And it's trying to get other people don't see it, other people don't experience it. They don't see the, I don't know, it's like when they first came in on the house, and there's like shadows of dust on the ground where things used to be, and it's like just after a first little breath of wind or rain, those little shadow marks go. I think it adds to if you don't treat it in the right way, it adds to a trauma that can actually be very, very weighty if you don't know how to just let it be and just go, it just is what it is.